Hello everybody, today I will be giving my honest opinion on the Hive's Capture the Flag game mode. Let's get into it. Alright, so Hive CTF does well in three things. You have a really nice buying system to buy upgraded armor, swords, you can buy speed berries and TNT, I'll get into that later, and you can buy arrows and blocks. Also you can get team upgrades like absorption and extra arrows and better blocks. So I think that is all really well made. I have no problems with that. Alright, moving on to the maps. The first map I want to talk about is On Earth, which is what you're seeing on screen. So On Earth has a section where you can combo people off on the left and right side near your flag, and in the middle you can combo people off, which I think is pretty cool. There are also launch pads at mid, so you can completely just bypass that area if you're trying to go for the opponent's flag. Moving on to Oryx, it is a really cool map, nice color scheme, and they have water areas where you can knock people off into the water. Not that much, but you can still knock people off in there. There are also little launch pads that take you around the map, and you can launch from under people's bases to get their flag, which I think is pretty interesting and is unique to the map. The third map is Lago. Lago kind of lives up to his name. There is a lot of water and little boats, so you can knock people into water and it will do damage to them. So this map is pretty good for mobile players. It is really well designed. There are teleporters that teleport you to the left and right flanks of the opponent's base. Overall, this is just a really good map. And finally, the newest map, Campsite. Campsite has 2 launch pads, and it looks really nice. I like the design of it and is a pretty standard map. And finally, the last thing that I love about Hive Capture the Flag is that it's an awesome team game. This game is literally perfect for scrimming and for anything else you might want to do. So if you want to grab some friends, grab a party of 4. I've done 4 people, and just having 2 randoms, that works just fine if you don't have 6 people, because it's a 6v6. But yeah, this game does need some coordination, so you might want to get in a voice chat with people because you want to strategize and coordinate when you're pushing and when you're defending, all that stuff. So as I talked about, this is a great team game, but if you're playing solo, it's a very bad experience. You can't really coordinate with any of your teammates, and that makes it pretty bad. Like when you're capturing someone's flag and you don't get defended and you're the only guy pushing, like that kind of stuff is what makes the solo experience horrible. So that's why I highly recommend playing in a party, or else it's really a bad experience. Cons about the maps that I mentioned earlier, like I said, Lago, I don't think it has any cons at all. Oryx, the purple one with the water, the bad thing about Oryx is that it's the longest map and it takes a while to get across it. Even though there are launch pads, it still can take a long time, and it is pretty vulnerable because opponents can come from under your base, like through the launch pads I said earlier, so that can be viewed as a con as well. On Earth has small caves that are sometimes hard to PvP in, but that's basically the only con about On Earth. It's still a very solid map. And finally, the new map, Campfire. I have some problems with this map. It is super long. It might be even longer than Oryx, I'm not sure, and it has a lack of launch pads. So I feel like you have to run around for basically a mile to get to the other person's base, and it is really boring and it can be hard to win on that map. Alright, like I mentioned before, TNT and berries. TNT and sweet berries are OP at times. So what you can do with TNT is basically just pop it on the enemy team's flag if they have little defense. It blows up the defense and any enemy players playing around that flag, so you can just easily swoop in, take a flag, have a teammate defend you, and that TNT brings a lot of value for a relatively cheap price. It is a little expensive, but still TNT can be OP at times. Berries can also be OP because if you pop one before taking the flag, you have speed, right? And then when you get the flag, you're given slowness. But the speed negates the slowness that the flag gives you, and you can run around at normal speeds while having the flag. So you can just outrun your opponents without even having to try. Again, slightly OP, but it's not completely game breaking. Sweats can be found often. I was trying to win streak and we found lots of sweats, like level 20s. Really good at the game. So watch out for those. If you don't want to play against them, just requeue, and the experience is so much better. And last but not least, there is bow spamming like in every game, but arrows are quite cheap. I believe it's like 15 coins for 16 arrows or something like that. So arrows are really cheap, That means a lot of people can bow spam. It's not a great experience, obviously. Nobody likes getting bow spammed. But again, if the arrow price just got increased a little bit, that could be easily fixed. If you guys have anything to add, please drop it down in the comments below. Any opinions, you guys are welcome to drop it down below. My socials are linked in the description, including my Twitch, where I stream once a week, but I will be streaming twice a week since it is the summer. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.